This is the way of fairness. My name is Steve. I was thinking from a thought that appeared in my mind from someone else, apparently. I don't think it's created by my brain. It's created by somebody else's brain. And it said, now they're going to blame so-and-so. And so I thought, don't blame. And then I'm thinking, why would it be better to not blame than to blame? So here's what I came up with. Blame goes with hate. And so my suggestion is forgive. Instead of blaming, forgive. Forgiving goes with love. So it's like, I realize that I'm protecting everyone's self, including myself, from me, from our ego. So everyone's forgiven, so protect everyone's self that's whole. Their self, the undivided oneness is the self. So I protect the self. I protect the undivided oneness. If you want to call it God, I'm protecting God. I serve God. I serve the undivided oneness. I serve everyone's self because it's the same self that I have. It's not my ego. It's wholeness. It includes rocks, planets, dogs, cats, etc. It isn't me. It's before there was a me. It's what I was before there was a me. So I don't fight anyone anymore. I forgive. I serve the self, the one self. That's them and also me and also everyone else. So if I blame somebody, I have a resentment. Here's what happens. These other minds that can put thoughts in our head. It's like the old angel and devil on the shoulder. So when you blame someone, the devil side will put a thought in your head about them. And it's not even true. And you go along with it. Yeah, that's true. That no good for nothing, blankety blank. And it escalates. And then when you wake up one day, I'm like 68 years old, and I just realized this past year, I was already 68 when I realized that forgiveness is the answer. Don't blame, forgive. I've been looking into chaos magic. I have not read any books. I listened to Dean Radin interviewing Carroll, Mr. Carroll, that wrote the book and has the quote, came up with the quote, "There is no truth, everything's permitted." And it's like food for thought, it's just like a Zen koan. Because obviously, there's truth if it's true. So you could say, the only thing that's true is there's no truth. And then you're encouraged to believe anything you want. You can choose what you believe. It's like a tool. And so you can change your beliefs. And you can do whatever you want. And see, that's my philosophy also. So when they were coming up with chaos theory, when the book was written, I was thinking along the same lines. Now, if you choose your beliefs, and so I'm not willing to say there's no truth. I think truth is what exists. That there isn't anything else that exists other than truth. So we can lie about what is true. Good luck with that. So I thought something about with what is no truth idea. Without truth, there's no meaning. Truth is meaning. So I asked Copilot about that thought, to talk about truth is meaning. Say there's food around the corner, but you're supposed to go to the left, and then you'll have the food that you need to get or you will die. Food and water is around the corner, you can't see it, but you've been told it's to the left. Take a left at the forks, and you'll see the food and water, and it's yours. Somebody tells you to take a right, and there's no food or water, and they're taking your food and water with their lie. Do you think there's a difference between true and false? So see, Carol is aware of this, and so he's leading people to this thought process that I'm walking people through and reviewing it myself. So I'm saying, forgive, don't blame, but this is not about any religion other than the Church of Fairness, the one that I created, because I can do that. You can do it too. Is that fair for me to take ownership of the idea that truth is meaning? Do you think it's fair? Isn't that anyone's idea that can see the truth of it or see the meaning in it? The meaning in meaning. Years ago, David Bohm talked about meaning. So I've given that word a lot of thought over the years. So I magically reoriented the camera so I can read my computer that's to my right. Here's what Copilot said about truth is meaning. The idea that truth is meaning is a profound one because it suggests that truth isn't just about correspondence to facts. So truth is more than just correspondence to facts, but about the way reality becomes intelligible and significant to us. So remember, the fact of to the left is where the food and water is. So it has meaning. The meaning comes from us wanting to stay alive. It means everything to me because it's going to save my life. See what I'm saying? That food is going to save my life, so it's meaningful. And it's true. The false has no meaning. Going to the right and there's no food or water has no meaning because it's not true. Only truth has meaning. Only truth is valuable. So there's a battle between truth and falsehood. Have you noticed? So if there's no truth, doesn't matter who wins. Try that. See where you get with that. It might help. If somebody has told you what his truth is and you're having trouble seeing anything else than what you've been told, then try that idea. There is no truth. Everything is permitted. To free yourself from the authority that's false, the authority that has no meaning to us, has no value to us whatsoever. It's in the way. It's in our way. It's blocking us. I've been having dreams like every night for I don't know how many years. I'll have this same type of dream where I'm trying to do something, like say I'm trying to pick up a hammer and I can't quite get to the hammer, there's something in the way, and then I find it and I try to pick it up and it's glued down. There's something obstructing me. And so just a few days ago, I started really looking into the meaning of that dream. So as I framed what meaning is about, it's about what keeps us from destruction. It's true. It's the truth that will keep us from destruction. So I'm thinking, what does this represent? Who is it? How many of them are there that are causing the obstruction in my life? That's threatening my life. So, do not get angry. Learn the hard way. I did. After 68 years, I finally learned how to not get angry. I knew it was a problem, and I thought maybe there's value in anger. Some people are afraid of anger. So all that got me is people telling me that people are afraid of me. And they don't want me around. So forgiveness, love, protect their self, protect everyone. Instead of being angry at anyone. Instead of blaming them for the problem you're having. So it's a choice. It's a conscious choice to love and forgive them. It's miraculous. It's magic. So I'm asking my prayer or my magic ritual, same thing to me. Prayer is magic. And we do rituals with prayer, like the bread, or other types of rituals, sexual rituals. Whatever. Anything's permitted. If you kill someone, there's a consequence. If you take someone's money, there's a consequence. So I stop a minute while it was on pause and I'm thinking, what is it that's obstructing me in the dream? And I remembered earlier this morning, a thought came into my mind from one of the cats or one of the dogs. It was the dog, and she's looking at the door. And she's telling me telepathically, Satan's out there. So there are a lot of people that communicate with animals. There are a lot of people that communicate with spirits that we can't see. There's demonic spirits and there's angelic spirits. Or, if you don't like the biblical words, which I don't blame you for, the Bible has some good stuff and some very bad stuff too. And some very good stuff. So, I opened the door and walk out, and I was told before I even got the door open, because they didn't want me to have any fear. So I got help from a telepathic thought. It's the wind. So I said, oh, this is fun. I'm being shown something by a benevolent spirit. There was no animosity. There was just help and agreement with the dog. We're in the same reality. It's meaningful to the dog too. They're ruled by something, just like I am. They're obstructed by something, just like I am. So I can obstruct them by telling them, no, you can't do that. Or I can support them in getting what they want. Maybe they want a drink of water, and I can get them water. And I'm not lying about where it's at. So I went outside and there was some cool swirls, eddies in the wind currents right around the porch. And it was stationary and it was moving to this side of the walkway and then to that side, picking up a leaf or two here and there. And then I'm thinking maybe it's going to storm today. And then a lot of wind showed up. So all this is matching with the thoughts I'm having. The thoughts I'm having are the undivided oneness also. So's the wind. And so's the thought from the dog that Satan's out the door, outside. That's the undivided oneness. That's all there is. God is all that exists. Okay, get this. The last couple days, I've just begun to find out what's obstructing me, and one of my main purposes now is to stop the obstruction, because I can't succeed in anything I've ever done. Because of the obstruction. So the voice says, it's your brother. And then somebody says, we're going to blame your brother. And I say, don't blame my brother. Forgive my brother. Love my brother. That's what I learned to do. And if I would have learned that to do when I was young, my life would have been much easier. Less suffering would have happened, by far. But the way, it's like the Zen story of the 4 horses. And I won't tell the whole story. It's in Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind. A great book, short read. It's one of my favorite all-time books. So, the worst horse is sometimes the best horse. So, the best horse is you just think, I want you to go left, and it goes left. And the second best is you have to touch it on the neck, and it goes left. The third best, you have to whip it. And the worst horse, you got to just beat it into submission. So pain goes into all of its bones, and it finally goes left. So that I'm like the worst horse. But the worst horse can be the best horse, because the knowledge that's learned is rock solid. So really there's no mistakes in that way, because when you make the mistake, you learn from it. So there are mistakes, but we learn from them. Is a better way of saying that. So it's like, free yourself. So this is another thing that I like about chaos theory that I also was talking about at the same time that the book was written. Experiment with reality. Try different things. Change your beliefs. Don't believe anything. That's what Buddhism's about. Not believing anything. And then they have the Eightfold Path that corrects your thinking. And when you realize that their correcting of thought is about that, then you understand what the Eightfold Path is really about. So a person could be in Buddhism and not really understand Buddhism. So Suzuki said that he was told that's when you stink of Zen. You stink of Zen because you don't even understand meditation, but you're talking about it relentlessly, but you're not practicing meditation when you meditate. That kind of thing. So what is it we're talking about? I don't know. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish? What's your purpose? I chose to do anything for me. And of course, if I harm someone, that's not going to be helping me, so I avoided that. So if they tell me there's no truth, I say, well, I think there is, but we don't have to agree. But I'm glad you're free from belief. So am I. So they're telling me, don't join those guys. And I'm like, why? That makes me all the more curious. Because they're witches? I've been accused of being a witch the past week. I'm not anything. I support truth and fairness. I'm the founder of Church of Fairness. And I'm being obstructed. So there's like a force that would belittle me. Who are you to think that you could do that? And I have that in me too, because I'm watching a video this morning of a doctor that explains current events, the issues with people, and that's what he does with one video after another. And it's like, in my experience, I know where his weakness is, or perhaps he said something wrong about someone. So I have this powerful feeling comes into me, and I can defeat him, I can belittle him, just like others can do that with me. So I got real honest with myself. What is this about? And I got help from a spirit voice saying that it's an evil spirit. You have an evil spirit. And so I thought about that. See, that's no excuse. You have to stop the evil spirits. Don't let them think in your mind. They'll leave a mess. So, I don't know, but I did know that with effort, I could go back to servant self, forgive, love and forgive the man, be here to help him, not to harm him. I've made mistakes too. Everybody has said something that wasn't exactly true about someone else. That's enough of those thoughts. I'm going to go back to what Copilot wrote about truth is meaning. So it says there's layers of the idea. Truth has coherence. If truth is meaning, then truth isn't only about matching statements to external reality, but about how ideas fit together into a coherent whole. Meaning arises when things connect. Truth as lived experience. Meaning is what gives life direction. If truth is meaning, then truth is not abstract. It's embodied in how we live, the choices we make, and the values we affirm. If you want to hear more about this, subscribe and share. You can donate on PayPal or Venmo from the website where the World Fairness Agreement is. That's what we're trying to do. Create a world agreement for everyone to be fair to each other. And of course, to do that, you're going to have to learn how to forgive and love everyone, rather than hate and blame and have wars. We don't have to be that way. We can do better than that. Thanks for listening.